Love everything about that. What the fuck? Anyway, good afternoon. Come on, dude. All right, something like that, I guess. Wow, that's really shitty, dude. Maybe I should pull over, right, and set it up before I'm trying to drive while I'm doing this. Probably not the smartest thing to do. All right, it's a red light. In theory, I should be able to do this right now. Dude, why? I don't want it to be tilted. Anyway, I'm driving through Hoboken, about to hit the projects. I'm about to hit where I grew up. Not Hoboken projects. I'm from Jersey City. But 16th Street is the closest to Hoboken. I spent all my childhood trying to prove to motherfuckers that I wasn't from Hoboken. No, that's really Jersey City. No, yeah, yeah. And you know how I know? Because you go to Hoboken, you get jumped at 12 years old on Halloween on this road. I was running after they threw the bottle. Everybody ran, and then the motherfucker caught me. He goes, "You don't run track, do you?" And that's what he said when he grabbed my shoulder and threw me on the ground. Wow, the things you remember, right? Funny thing is, the day before that, I had access. I didn't know what getting jumped was. I heard about it on the basketball. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Getting jumped, you know? And I'm so naive, you know, what I'm saying that I'm like, what is that? I don't understand. Like jumped when a lot of people beat you up at the same time. Like, oh my god, that sounds horrible. The next day, 17 motherfuckers stomped the shit out of me. Um, I don't know if they all stomped me, but they were that many, probably more. But probably two or three stopped me, and then somebody broke my nose. And, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. I wouldn't even known that my nose was broken if I didn't try to sharpen a pencil the next day. I was so young. I was trying to sharpen a pencil with a knife, and I did it down, and I cut right into my finger to the bone. And so I had to go to the hospital. And at the hospital, I told my mom. I mentioned to her that I got jumped, and she was like, "I knew your face looked funny. I want an X-ray." And yeah, my nose is broken. So that's a thing. But yeah. Weirdly enough, bug out. See that building right there? Halliburton owns that building. Why does a war company owned by the ex-vice president have like condos and land in Hoboken, New Jersey? Because this is what they do, man. They diversify those portfolios. You can't just make tanks. You got to make condos too, and sugar, and Clorox, and whatever. You know, you got to keep it making money from 80 different angles, right? I just find it funny. It says Halliburton real big. I'm like, okay, that's a thing. And of course, they want land right next to New York City. You know, they ain't trying to buy like land in the middle of Wyoming or anything. I hear Alabama's nice this time of year. Hint, hint. I didn't know there were so many programs in Alabama. I'm like, but they probably did that in the 50s and 60s because it's Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck is going to come to the middle of the country? Everybody wants to go to Cali or New York. I don't know. One of those scientists who died, she said she went to Alabama State or whatever, like the university out there, and she said in that last post when she was like on Adderall, talking about a lot of shit that ended up being true. Um, she sounded batshit crazy until she ended up disappearing. And wow, they're tearing down the church. Somebody finally bought the church, huh? Yeah, this is where I grew up, right here, right next to the Holland Tunnel in these projects. To my left, to my left. This is where I grew up. I don't really see the need to go inside the projects. I'm not visiting anyone. But I did it yesterday on the Chris Guerrero show. You could probably go check that out. Yeah. I drove into the parking lot and like walked around and shit. I don't feel like doing that today. But I will go check out the graffiti. That I could do. That I will do. I'm trying not to get upset. It's like, yeah, I know it's a red light. Why you in the middle? You fucking assholes. Then nobody could drive because you're in the middle of the fucking road. They act like they work for Obama, like they really important. Like, like y'all got nothing to do. It is 1:44 in the afternoon. If you're not in the office, clearly you ain't doing shit. So what the fuck is the rush? Like, why are you causing more traffic? I don't know. There were never this many buildings when I grew up. All these buildings that are towering around me, um, they were not here. It was now you stand in the middle of the basketball court and you feel like the building that'll fall on top of you. It's all surrounding tall buildings. But yeah, New York's that way. New York City is right there. Like I grew up with the New York skyline as my backyard. Like literally the biggest city in the world was my backyard. I guess that's why I'm so batshit crazy. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. But this is where I stole when I was 11 years old. I drove a car here, and everybody was mad because we had to walk home. But if you haven't noticed, it's like 2 blocks away. What's the big deal? It was an Oldsmobile, white car, and I drove it into an embankment. We had to walk home. Fuck, I'm 11 years old. The fuck do I know about driving? But look, these are just throw ups. They're just throw ups. I think Cause did this one, the one up there. And these are the better ones. This is more real graffiti here. Oh, look, I hear people. People are doing art. But look, you see, it's dope shit. Hold up. I don't know if you can see this. Dope shit. Pretty dope. They were here like 2 weeks ago and they invited me down to chill, but, I got, chilling. Jackie had surgery. I couldn't come. I didn't pull up. But, man, I was, hold up, bug out. Um, yeah, some good art, some throw ups on this side. Yeah, we get it. Illuminati, we know. The world's the world is shit. We get it. We get it. But and then over here too. Yeah, man. It used to be the Graffiti Hall of Fame used to be up here. You would go up this embankment, and up there was the Graffiti Hall of Fame up top. But as you can see, there are condos there now. It is a new world. Gentrification, which they say is great, rung up property rates. But the people that are from here can't live here anymore. So I guess it's an ill dichotomy, you know. Yeah. The people that are from here now that it's nice, we can't live here. It's funny how that works. But the motherfuckers from Brooklyn that can't afford the rent there, they move to Jersey City because it's a lot cheaper. Which 2,800 for a studio, I don't know how that's cheap. But they move in here and they like to claim like, oh, I live in urban. I live with the black and the brown people. But they push all the black and brown people to the motherfucking hill where I'm driving to right now, Martin Luther King Boulevard, to get cigarettes is the cheapest spot. And that's why I moved. When I left the projects, I moved to the hill. Which why would you move to the hill? Like if you haven't noticed, I'm not really my energy is not that of like a killer. I don't do that. That's not my wave. I've never really been a fighter. I never had to fight because everybody liked me. I'm a fat kid with Hershey bars, and then I learned how to rap and do graffiti. So like, that was my thing was art, expressing myself through either poem or written, through art. So I don't know. It was pretty hard for me to have beef. Like only motherfuckers I ever had beef with was people that just didn't like me because I was so liked. Like I could think of specific people, but I'd rather not because we're cool now. But certain people are like, who the fuck is this guy, and why does everybody like him? Like yeah, I dealt with that. I've dealt with that my whole life. There's always somebody that don't like me. You know, I don't know. I can't say what other people think in their heads. I have no idea. But yeah, it happens. It happens a lot more than I would like. But there's always one motherfucker that just don't like me because everybody likes me. So what I'm gonna do with that information? We used to chill in here when it was an abandoned factory. The floors had no floor; you had to walk on beams. But we chilled, man. We were just having fun. We were just kids. Um, it's fucking hot outside. That's why I got this Hawaii shirt with no t-shirt on. I'm just living crazy, and I would have my music on, but the mic on that is I can't hear my music. Um, we're on day 47 of Flower, and that daydreamer looks done. She looks so done. The trichomes are so long. I can see with my naked eye that they're pretty long stocks. Those trichomes. It's very frosty. I think that 700-watt light. It's the first time I ever grew under 700 watts, and I only flowered it in 700. I didn't. I cooked it in a 400-watt light. No, I'm lying to you. 260-watt light. Holy shit! All right, I'm gonna go because you're unsure of your life, and I got places to go. Yeah, we're going. I'll leave it on while we go up on the hill, so you can see the difference of downtown Jersey City and the hill. It's definitely different. Jersey City. What used to be Jersey City is the hill now. And what they're gonna do? Push everybody out? I guess that's the plan. I have no idea. I'm not privy to those meetings. But this used to all be Italian guys, old men sitting outside playing dominoes, like those old social clubs. Right here, Brunswick Street, man. Oh look, my man Cheese did that. It's famously always been a son, and he redid it like a few years ago. The whole thing. He got a store, clothing store, art. Like you could commission artwork, and he'll do a painting for your house or whatever. Like he's paying rent in downtown Jersey City, so clearly he's making money. Like he's he's they're commissioning enough work that he could pay his rent in downtown. Yeah, yeah, I'd say he's doing well. Shout out to Cheese, man. I just see all the places that we used to dip off and like chill. I just see construction and new houses and newness. Everything's a condo or a parking lot. That's it. There's no in between. This is all the projects. This is new houses. Oh my bad, y'all can't see that. That's new houses. What they call new houses. I guess they were the newest houses. That's how they got that name. And that's Booker T. That's Booker T projects. And the other one over here is Lafayette on this side. But look, all by the highway, all just like my projects is by the Highland Tunnel. They keep us separated from the regular people. I'm not stupid. I only peep it now that I'm older, but I see. You know, I see. My eyes are open, and yeah, we're going towards. This is another again. This used to be a project. Look, now they're nice houses. It's still shitty people living here. It's still shitty people living in Lafayette. I think that's Lafayette, and if I always get them mixed up, that's Booker T. That's Booker T over there. That's Booker T. Washington houses. You know, by my old alma mater, Ferris High School. And yeah, you know, we chilling. We chilling. I love it. That's why I'm from downtown Jersey City, but I lived on the hill. I lived in Midtown too. I lived in the Heights. That's why I always say representing all five sectors of the pinnacle Jersey City. Only sector I've never really lived in is Uptown, what they call Uptown. Van Wagon area, like by Journal Square, they consider that Uptown. Um, I don't know if Marion Projects falls into Uptown, but It's over there by the highway, by 1 and 9. There. It's weird that I noticed it now. Like, they fuck keeping us separate from the rest of society. I didn't know anybody downtown. When I moved there, when I was 15 with my mom, I moved into like an Italian neighborhood. I didn't know that there was a downtown Jersey City. All I knew was the projects. When I wanted to take a trip, like do something different, I would go to the other side of the projects. That was like new territory to me, you know, because I'm from 235 building. I'm from this side of the project. And I got my own movie theaters. They built Newport Mall. I got all the stores. We got our own bodega. I had my whole world was the projects. We go on trips in the summer. They send us to like these far Mayberry towns, to like fancy lakes, and to try to uplift the youth and all that dumb shit. All right, police. You gotta be in traffic like everybody else, motherfucker. He flashes his lights like that's gonna get him through. No, I ain't moving. There ain't no emergency, motherfucker. People, man. Uh, if it's an ambulance, if I see woo woo, okay, then I'm gonna pull over. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. That's the law. But you're in traffic and you don't want to be, so you turn on your lights to cut. They make me move. Yeah, I'm not moving. Put blood in my mouth. Beat me up. Beat me up. Maybe I'll respect you. But I'm not, dude. I've been jumped so many times. I've probably been jumped like 17 times. I don't know why. I'm not like I was not the threat. They did not have to come for me first. But I guess because I always been big, uh, tall and big guy. I've probably been 250 pounds since I was 12 years old. And I'm a cunt hair short of 6 feet tall. So with my boots on, I'm clearly 6 feet, 6 foot one. But I'm not there to beef. I didn't want no problems. I don't even play football. What's going on right now? One time I got jumped by Dickerson. I don't even play football. What the fuck is going on right now? Whatever, man. But people always regret jumping me because a lot of people like me. So when they find out, them motherfuckers want to tell stories. Oh, I know. Well, that's regardless. Regardless of whether you knew or not, you're dead wrong. You accosted a man who did nothing to you. What the fuck is going on right now? Oh, now you regret it because I'm telling you he's my friend? No, fuck that. And then I'll get the obligatory, yo, my bad. You can hit me if you want. And no, I don't want to hit you because I don't have anger towards you. You fucked me up, whatever. For some reason, you punched the shit out of me and pummeled me with two of your friends. But the fact that you're just saying sorry and whatever, we're good, man. We're cool, man. Just whatever. You know what I'm saying? And only one of them did. But I grew up with them, and they thought I was selling fake drugs. So that's gonna make people not come to the projects to buy real drugs. So they, I understand, you know what I'm saying, why, but I'm like, bro, why would I do that? Like, what do I get out of that? I, I don't know. I can't call it, but we're getting to the hill. Once we cross Communipore, this is the hill of Jersey City. Um, this is once we cross Communipore, it's already looking bad. You can tell liquor stores are every corner, gun stores are every other corner. This is definitely not it. This is definitely not where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have friends on Martin Luther King Boulevard, they call it Jackson. Just don't, just don't go there. You'll be alright. If you want drugs or someone, it'll behoove you to stay the fuck away from Ocean Avenue. I'm on Ocean. Martin Luther King, Jackson, Bergen, all that. From Communipore to Bayonne, just don't stop. Don't stop for red lights. Don't stop at gold. Bro, I lived there and I got jumped on Forest. And I told my man that I worked at Union with, and he's like, bro, I got a cousin on Forest. Why I wouldn't even go there at 11 o'clock at night. The fuck were you doing? And Curry Woods is like a really bad project. It's like the worst one. Shit, Martin Scorsese made a movie where he throws the cop off the roof. He got that story from Curry Woods because they actually did that. They threw cops off the motherfucker roof. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, fuck around if you want to. you know, I, I don't know. I don't want to talk shit about police because my son chose them. And there's nothing to talk shit about. Most of them are pretty cool, regular people. It's just the asshats that were like picked on in high school that just became a cop so they can have a badge and kind of boss around. Yeah, them motherfuckers get no love. They're people that will knuckle up. They don't care that they got a badge. They will crack their shit wide open with their straight up their fist. Like you don't know thud until you hear someone's head getting cracked open by a fucking fist. These skinny motherfuckers, they got all bone. They got all bone, motherfuckers. Man, they still hustling there. They just sitting in an open lot. Why are you sitting there? So, well, how do you explain that? I explain that to any cop that walks up. What are you doing here? I'm just sitting here. Okay, why? I wonder why. And they don't care. Ever since they killed those Jewish motherfuckers up on Jackson, that they went in the store, the black Israelites mowed them down. There's a lot of that story that was not in the news, and I'm not even gonna get into it right now. But make a long story short, they killed some Jewish guys, who owned the store there, and they like shut down Jersey. The next day, they were hustling $3 bags on that block, and the cops are standing right there, and they just let them. If it's not violence, they don't care. It's almost like they're letting us kill ourselves. But I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. My bad. My bad. My bad. I'm not supposed to turn on red. I just noticed. Okay, relax. My God. But yeah, this is the hill. This is Bergen or Jackson. No, this is Martin Luther King. Yeah, this is Jackson. This is Jackson Avenue. Yeah, I'm about to hop out and get a pack of cigarettes. Attempt the endeavor at least. But all this shit is new, man. The light rail. They put an annex to City Hall. They're gonna try to move everybody out of here. They're gonna keep pushing. So I don't know where they're gonna go. I don't know where everybody's supposed to go. No parking. Of course there's not. All right, bet. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. If I leave this here, somebody gonna break my window and take my fucking phone. I might as well take it with me, man. I don't know. I don't know. Motherfuckers act funny. I walk up on a drug deal or something, and then I got a camera going. I'd rather not. I'd rather. You should stay right there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna point it this way for my safety. That way, anything happens is on fucking camera. Ain't nothing gonna happen, but I mean, we buy the train, we buy the city hall annex. That would be highly unlikely that anything happens to me. But oh, Grumpy, cheers, 906. My bad. I was driving, I couldn't see Miss Catherine. Hi. The perfect snack. Make yourself. Oh yeah, yogurt sundae. Not a big fan of yogurt, but I guess I'll try it. Hold up, I'll be right back. Let me go do this shit. Let me get this over with. Put hood. Okay, All right, y'all was watching my back, or did y'all really punch out? That's what I want to know. I just want to know if y'all really stood. Oh shit, 7 of you brave souls stood. Cheers. Pretty black girl in there. Little shorty, little skinny girl, but she pretty. She's very nice. I said, "Excuse me." She said, "No problem." Just the way she said it, I could tell she wanted me to talk more. I don't flirt because I don't, I don't know. Sometimes because I like attention, I will flirt and to get a drink. I will do that. And Jackie knows she don't give a fuck. I'm just lucky that I have an older who's lived more than me, so she knows. I just like attention. But 2 times women have like at a bar, and then try to mug me down. I'm like, yo, what the fuck you doing? And the first lady was like, what do you mean what I'm doing? This is the dance. I've been buying you drinks all night or whatever. And but the second time, and I tell Jackie, I get home, I tell her, we're like, yo, you never guess what happened. Jackie, man, I got mad love for Jake. She's very understanding. Because she knows I wouldn't do nothing, even though I could. I clearly got the chance. But I'm too guilty. I'm too much wear my heart on my sleeve guy. And all I would think of, I wouldn't want that done to me. Like, that if I found out, whatever, 10 years ago, she was really fucking bubble swing for summer or something, that should have break my heart, I should have break my heart, and then I'll break the nigga's dick off and put it in her fucking mouth. Like I would lose my mind. Like it really, really. So if I'm gonna act like that and get all, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what I'm looking for. It's a D word. Get all indignant. If I get all indignant about it, whatever. Why would I not expect her? Yeah, look, everybody just sitting around. Like it just looks like you're in the hood. You know what I'm saying? This is when my son went to school, high school, Snyder. Which I would have never went to Snyder. When I went to Ferris. I was safe downtown. There's a mixture, Indian kids, Chinese, whatever. Up here it's 99.999% blood. Not even, I want to say black, blood, gang, straight up. There are no fucking Crips up here. They got a green blood gang. They wear only green. It's fucking insane. I don't know. But he went to school and he's like me. He could just move in and out of cliques, and not, have to be like, oh, you roll with them and, have problem in the street, which is cool. I don't know. I don't know how we do it, but I managed to do it too. I had kingpins in Newark letting me babysit their sons and shit. That was a fucking dope thing. Crackhead. They're like, like whatever. I do drugs. Like, why would you even trust me in your house, let alone around your children? But I was always told you don't even look like you get high. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got the fiend energy. Motherfucker, I don't know what that means because I want all the drugs in your pocket right now. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but I guess now I understand. I'm just glad that people saw me through the fucking fog, you know, because I don't know. If I accomplished all that on the radio, the Starbuck Wow, Stretch Armstrong 16 and all that, Epic Records, the 15th floor with crumpets. And then I started work. I went to work one day at Giant Stadium to unload trucks. Ended up working on Broadway for fucking 10 years and all that shit. And Giant Stadium since 2002 and been on tour, Van Halen, did all that shit. All that, dude. I could name so many. I got shirts. I got some of the clothes. I kept some of the show shirts for like posterity. But if I accomplished so much, and I was getting high the whole time, I've been getting high since I was 19, and I stopped somewhere around 43 years old, something like that. It was COVID. COVID hit, and it was over. It was people wasn't still allowed to be normal though. Like, you know, whatever. It was just a weird time. And I was listening to radio. It was Thanksgiving, and I was listening to radio. They were talking about New Year's resolution, and I'm like, I've never tried that. I've never really tried to stop and say I'm gonna stop doing drugs, and maybe I could do that. New Year's resolution. Motherfucking little devil, the devil and the angel come and they start talking. Little devil came out quick as hell. You full of shit. I'm like, wait, what? Why you gotta wait for New Year's? If you really gonna stop, why don't you stop today? Because it's Thanksgiving and you always get high on Thanksgiving. You've been doing it since you was 15 years old. You know you're gonna go get a bag today. So stop the bullshit. And just the way it's weird because it's all in my head. But just the way he was talking to me on spite, I didn't get high that day. And then before I knew it, it was Christmas and I still didn't get high. New Year's, my birthday. And I'm like, I'm on a roll. I looked up, it was like spring of the next year, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm still clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know, 18 months in, I was clean, but I didn't know why. I didn't know how. I really didn't. I just stopped and it worked. And I was kind of like 3 years in, I was kind of trepidatious. Like, I don't know. I felt unsure of my sobriety. Like, I didn't understand how I stood clean and if I was really going to stay clean and all this dumb shit. And I'm sorry. Yeah, relax, lady. We all got it. Again, where's she going? What's so important? There's a car double parked. I got to go around it. So you got to wait for me. What's the big deal? Like, is Obama waiting for you to fucking type the speech that he's writing? You ain't got shit to do, bitch. Like, what the fuck is you doing? That you know what I mean? Like, dispensaries right here. I'm not gonna go in, but dispensary that the farm that grows for them that offered me a job for the bubble hash. Yeah. I like to walk in with treats. Like I like to bring things with me, and I don't got nothing on me but my tincture, so I'm not gonna go. Okay, yeah. And I started growing. 3 years into cleanliness, I got a tent for Christmas 2024, and I didn't open it till around my son's birthday, 2025, January 15th or so. I was dragging my feet because I didn't want to start something and not finish it. Like to me, it was just going to be another thing I failed at, that I started, but I didn't follow through. So I didn't want to add another thing to that list. So I tried, but then one day I was there alone. I'm like, dude, I got a full tent. I could do this. At least I could build it. Like fuck it. And so I started there and I built it. It looked nice and it was all there and working. And I'm like, all right, let's wet some seeds, man. Let's fucking do this. It was a wedding cake autoflower. ILGM.com, not a sponsor. I'm saying it because, maybe someone who's starting could go. I love growing marijuana.com. They had the wedding. They have a whole batch of seeds that are like easy to grow, they can't say 100%, but pretty fucking easy to grow. Um, by proof that I was in cocoa in 5 gallon pots and I only watered them once a week. I was supposed to be watering them every day. And I still got 220 grams under a 260-watt light, 3 5 gallon pots on my first try. And I was only feeding them once a week. And it was good. Jackie smoke it, she get loopy and giddy, like if she was drinking, like tipsy, before you start getting depressed when you're like happy, like that. But a little loopy, like I never seen her get like that off smoking weed. Only thing I can compare it to is drinking, liquor, a little tipsy. And yeah, she really liked that wedding cake. And then I did, so I'm like, okay, if I got almost half a pound and I wasn't even really trying, let me try a feminized seed and control when it flips and really grow it, feed it every day and all that shit. And that was Paradise Surprise. And yeah, that was when you smoke that shit, it tasted like you peeled an orange and the brine was all in your throat, right behind your nose, like in your face, like 5 minutes after you smoke that shit. Real talk. I never smoked no shit like that in the world, let alone from my own hand. It was fucking amazing. And then the next one was hella jelly. We all know how much I love that one. I actually stayed in Jersey City an extra month to finish the Paradise Surprise because it was just about to get harvested, and I was like drying and had to trim it and put it in jars, and I didn't know how to move it without fucking it up. So I stood there. I slept on the floor of my living room next to the motherfucking tent to let it finish. And about the day 5 of drying at 60 and 60, I cracked the tent and I didn't smell any green, any hay, chlorophyll, whatever that. All I smelled was citrus, which was surprising because that's not what I smelled when I was growing it. It smelled like a vanilla spice. It's hard to explain. It's a very distinctive smell. Paradise Surprise. It's white thorn rose crossed to paradise punch or something. I know it's white thorn rose crossed to something. That's why the first regular seeds I just popped were Sunseeker from the same farm, Huckleberry Hill. Shout out to Johnny Casali. I appreciate you. The tester seeds, they're up and running, big dog. And I even gave 4 of them to THC. I figured if anybody should test these motherfuckers, it should be him. I'm sure. And I heard him tell somebody on a live, yo, all I need is 3 seeds. So I sent them 4. I hope he could get, what he, I hope he gets something good out of it, you know. And yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to this run, the harvest that's about to come. I'm gonna stop feeding them Saturday. I'm gonna stop. It's gonna be the end of week 7, and I could probably feed them another week with the super bloom, whatever that shit is I use. It's a liquid. So week 2 through 5, I use a powder named Bud. It makes them dense. It makes the buds dense, right? Okay, cool. But then late bloom, there's a liquid called Overdrive. It's also from Advanced Nutrients, and because I was growing that first run, and shout out to Dr. Kush, City Boys 415. If you're in the San Francisco area, make sure you tap in. But Dr. Kush of City Boys 415 fame had asked me because he became like a mentor to me during that first run. I was on Reddit and Instagram, and he asked me, "Yo, what you got for Bloom Booster?" I'm like, "I got Bloom, motherfucker. Like, I don't know, the pink one, He's like, "No, no, no. You need a booster. You need a more." He's like, "Use Overdrive." He gave me the name, told me what to get. And boy, that motherfucker, he never, he just, I think he's like me. He's a city boy. Like, I grew up in bricks and mortar. I never even watered a plant in my house, let alone grew one. So I think he's from the same, he's from San Francisco, the city. He's not from a farm. But I think maybe that's why he took a liking to me. I have no idea. I don't know why, what made him be cool with me and kick it with me and stuff. But yeah, I'm very appreciative, and I try to take all his advice because he's just trying to help me. And that overdrive works, man. As because I know what it is not to use it. I've seen them normal, whatever the cola of the wedding cake, but those Paradise Surprise were fucking like plums to apples, size wise, before the water weight was lost, and they were dense. It was not, it's just I use it because I know it works. Like, that's kind of why I'm scared to leave salts because I'm doing it. I can see the look on my aunt's face when she grabbed that hella jelly. She's like, "Oh my god, it's so soft." I was like, "Bitch, it better be soft. It just came off the fucking branch." Like, but I just, I'd asked her, is it good? Is it good enough? Is it of the caliber? Like, can it be in stores? Can it be a real weed that's bought in the world? Not that I want to sell it, just I want to know, is it good enough? Is it of the ilk? And she just sent me a bunch of emojis, crazy face, fire, flame, whatever. I guess she likes it. Um, and Jackie loves it. Jackie loves it. She hates going to dispensary. She's like, "Oh, it's so harsh. They don't cure. They barely dry, and then they need that room for something else. These motherfuckers don't care. They trying to fill the shelves. So it's not the same tender, loving care that we could give our plants at home. And I take that advantage. I take the advantage that this isn't for money making. It's medicine for my cancer-ridden fucking family members. So I want to make it as good as I could. I want it to be a special experience when I bring a new cultivar to Carnival, or when Jackie walks by the room and says, "Ooh, what's that smell? Wow, it smells so good." It's gonna smell even better in your lungs. Now that we got the Canatrol, could dial in these dries and curing. Not that I've had any problem doing 60 and 60, but I tried that other way 50 degrees and 45% humidity for like 20 to 23 days. Not really my way. I don't think I'm experienced enough to do it like that. And I don't have the same surroundings as THC and Ron Diesel. You know what I'm saying? They're much more experienced than me. They grow in living soil. They're in different states. I don't know how it is over there. Although over here it's always fucking dry. And then it rains and it's humid. It's all over the fucking place. It's easier to keep 60 and 60 for me than the 50 and 45. And I understand how the 60 and 60 works. I don't like to do the branch break technique. I feel like when I snap the branch, it's already too dry. It's like, I don't know. I don't like it. I shouldn't have to use a Bavita pack for a plant that I just dried. It should be at 62% on its own. So yeah, I want to find a healthy medium between waiting for the branches to snap and taking it too early. But now that I got the Canatrol, I don't have to worry about any of that shit. Um, though I'm gonna hang a jelly and compare it to one of the jellies done in the Canatrol and do like a blind taste test, with like 2 or 3 people. You can't trust me because anything gets me high. I don't hardly smoke, so y'all see me on the. If I roll a jelly, I'll get high off half that joint. I get high quick, so I'm not a good baseline. I'd rather test the patients I grow for, like Jackie and Carmen. They might not want to do it on camera. I don't know about all that part, but I'll figure out a way. I'll figure out. If I gotta go to fucking projects and get 3 fucking stoners, then the motherfuckers that smoke He-Man shit by 10:30 in the morning. They like sold 3 bags of crack to their mom, so they gotta deal with that fucking stress. So they get a bottle of Hennessy and like a bag of fucking piff. Motherfucking smoking red line by 9:30 in the morning. Like, damn, you drove all the way up on the hill? Motherfucker, I went to New York. I went uptown. I went uptown to get coke anyway, so I just stopped by Dykeman. Or no, we used to go to Audubon, right off Broadway. Shout out to 174th Street. This was years ago, so it don't matter. I don't even know if they hustle there no more. I've heard up there they're doing a lot of that sprayed weed shit, and that everybody has like a table in the street, and they sell weed like it's professional, like it's like they got a permit for that shit. They set up a table and like a sign and prices and all that. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? But they're selling all these spray packs. Motherfuckers up there is happy that they smoking that shit. Like, why? When you could buy real weed, like just good weed. I don't understand. Damn it. Even worse, I drove away. I was supposed to go. I'm driving into Newark, New Jersey. And I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. But I can show you some graffiti while I do this U-turn. That I could do. In fact, I'm going to go through Newark and then just come back. Because I don't know. I could probably go home this way, but I don't know how. It's not my way. It's not really, I'm not familiar. I don't even know how to go home the right way, let alone this way. So I'm just going to turn around and go the way I know to go. Uh, but there's what's the name of it? Abington Walls. There's a spot here that's famous for graffiti, like some of the best graffiti in the tri-state area. Even these throw ups are good. Look, just throw ups, random motherfuckers. Just some random motherfuckers, bro. Killing it. That shit look clean, bro. Wow, straight lines. At night, doing it fast. You got to do it fast enough that nobody saw you do it. Like keep it moving. Yo, I commend the motherfuckers that's hanging off buildings doing that with like ropes and shit, like so they could use paint rollers. Wow, motherfuckers doing that shit. That's crazy. That is commitment to your craft. You motherfuckers are shot, man. Shout out to Diesel, my man, and all my peoples, man. All art. I absolutely love it. All right, yeah, it's People come. They know that this road is full of a lot of cars, so it's an easy way to get your shit noticed. And I'll do my best. Drive slow, but we're not at the good stuff yet. Like I'm talking about good art, like murals. Things that take people hours and hours to do. Like real art. What we call a piece that is just slang for masterpiece. Um, which means, oh look, motherfucker using to write up on the building. But yeah, we're getting there little by little. Yeah, I'm going slow. You might as well go around me, motherfucker. Somebody behind me acting like I'm driving slow. Damn, they painted over all these walls. Why? I don't know why you did that. They just gonna do it again. Motherfucker, do not care. All right, we getting close to the good art. Yeah, I see. I see colors. Wow, they painted these walls too. Why? Did somebody buy these buildings? Like, did they think that they're gonna stop the art? Yeah. Wow, they painted all these walls. Well, that side they didn't paint. Oh no, there you go. There you go. Abington Wall. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Yeah. Zexor, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Zexor. Uh, Spanish cat, Brooklyn. Oh, he dead. Passed away. But famous in the tri-state area. Oh wow. I like this. RAIM. Rain. Huh. Aerosol Leon. Okay, that's weird. Is your name Leon or Rain? Rain. I don't know. It's dope though. It's dope. Let's see. Let's be nosy. Let's see who's next. Sorry, girl. You're gonna be on camera. Uh, ICP click. All right. That's a dope character. It's a dope character. What does this say, bro? Let's be nosy. Let's see if I can read. This is what I try to do. I try to read because I'm not. You would think I could read this shit, but I can't. So we know that's the letter B for sure. I'm gonna say that's a U. STA. Oh, it says Busta, which means a cornball, a Busta. Why would you call yourself that? That's kind of weird, but it's dope. Got dope lettering. I like the colorway. I like the colorway. Yeah, more throw ups across the street though. Just regular throw ups at night. Motherfuckers doing shit. Meeting Styles. Oh, Meeting of Styles 2023. Oh, they had a real art festival here. Wow. This I can't read. I'm going to I could try. So we got an S for sure. I'm gonna say N. Is that supposed to be a O? Another S? N and an L? No. Oh. Dude, I cannot read. This is what I hate. I'm supposed to know how to read this shit, and I don't know how. This shit is crazy. I love the colors though. The green and the blue. That's on the color wheel as contrast. So they're just doing different shades of blue to make it pop, and different shades of green. Yeah, pretty fucking smart. That's all graffiti is, man. Graffiti is just colors. Oh shit, motherfuckers is driving against the road. Really, that's how we living. Motherfucker drove up this one way, and now he decided, okay, I'm going against fucking drive. Dude, there's a highway. It's fucking 1 and 9. 1 and 9. Yeah, I don't know what it says. Sorry, brother. Sorry. No, 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 no. I don't know what it says. I don't know what it says. That's why I don't try to do it. Let's see who's next. Wow, these are all from 2023. I can't believe that nobody wrote over it right now. Brick City, Newark, representing Newark. I don't know what this is. Let's see. Let's see if we could cheat. The Jahome. Okay, so that's J A. Now I can see it. Jahone. Jahome. That's pretty dope. Yeah, that's pretty dope. All right, we got two more just on this block. Rec. Rec? I don't think that says rec though, because that looks like a letter M. Oh, love try. I think he was trying to make up with his girl. I love you, girl. Please don't break up with me. I don't listen to that to be true, but don't listen to being silly.
MTC click. I know that click. I know that writing crew. MTC. All right, but I still don't know this name. Um, let's try to do process of elimination. So we know that's looking like a T or an I. I'm gonna guess that's like a five. So that's a five, a backward S. That's a letter A. That looks like another T. So I don't know what the fuck. Tata, Miata. Is that what that says? I don't know what. This is why I don't do this. This is why, oh no, Mork. MAWK. That does not say Mork. Where the fuck does that say MAWK? Dude. All right. God bless you. I like the colors. Moving on. Moving on. Moving on. Oh wow. TADA. Oh, ta-da. That's dope. Ta-da. I don't know if the O is helping ta-da, but yeah, that's pretty dope. I like that. I like those letters. Not too shabby. This is what we call train watching. And I guess I'm not really an 80s baby. Cops coming pretty fast. I'll just let him do what he wants. Probably don't want to sit in traffic because you're not chasing nobody, motherfucker. These motherfuckers just don't want to wait. God forbid you sat in traffic. What you rushing to? Like, you got 8 hours to drive around and look for crime. Sit in traffic and look for crime, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck is going on? Anyway, I say all that to say, I like train watching. I like to just sit by the Conrail in the Oaks or like anywhere and just watch the art go by. It's really cool. All right, so I got to go home now. I don't know how to go home from Newark, which means I'm gonna have to go back J City. It's okay. It's this way. It's like 3 minutes behind me, and maybe we can see some more art while I go. You got to get permission for these walls. You can't just come up and do a wall. You got to get permission because all these are businesses. They're essentially factories and type of stuff. So you can't just do it. And this is not really Abington Walls. Abington Walls is a certain spec. You definitely need permission. Like you have to earn a spot. Many artists got to say you're good enough to earn a wall there. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like, and not at that wall, but in the Graffiti Hall of Fame in Jersey City, what they was doing a party one time, and they're like, "Yo, ID, you gotta take that wall, whatever." I'm like, "Nah, I'll take the wall over here on the side, in the back, whatever." They would have let me have that wall, you know. But I'm earning it because I'm liked. I'm not earning it because I'm really a good artist, like because I deserve that wall. And I understand it's the way of the world, man. You know, I mean, I got in the union when I was on heroin because I was liked. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure I was a good worker. I'm a great, but I'm sure there were other peoples without vices who could have got the union card before me. But it's not what you know and all that. So I understand the ways of the world. I'm not trying to change it. I'm not trying to live in the fantasy. But if I could help it, I won't just take something that I don't feel like I deserve. IPC, I don't know that click, but bad, y'all. Anyway, continuing on. The clearly Brick City. They're from Newark, whoever this artist is. I can't read that. No, there's no way I'm gonna read that right now. It's not the illest. I would say that's probably a letter T or an I. ICE. Oh, that's ice. That says ice. I'm not bugging, right? Yeah. Ice and then I don't know, 004, and then whatever's behind that truck. Ice must die. I don't know. I don't know what the M. I don't know what it's gonna say after that. But I do gotta go home, so I'm gonna keep it moving. Let me see what's over here. MEO MERS. Yeah, I know that name. I know that tag. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's a nice one. Yeah, I appreciate people that could draw. Like my man Distort, he like studied the bones in people's faces. He didn't even go to school for art. He just knows how to draw you with the spray paint can. I think that's amazing. You know how much can control you need? You know how good you gotta whip your wrist to be able to draw a motherfucker on a wall like that? Yeah, it's not easy. This is the Portuguese section of Newark, what they call the Ironbound section. If you come at night, a lot of strip clubs. They got a really good strip club called Sites. Probably bump to governors and like people of importance. It's the after who want to keep making money somewhere, so they go there and keep working. But yeah, it's called Sites. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is the Ironbound. This is the Ironbound section. See, it says Ironbound. Wow. Yeah. Somebody took the time. Somebody took the time to write Ironbound on that wall. But it looked nice. It looked nice. But yeah, only reason I would ever come into Newark is to buy clothes. There's to get sneakers or clothes. You don't have to go all the way to New York. Um, Newark is so much closer and has equally like the good amount of clothes, like nice clothes, cheap. Gore-Tex, North Face, anything good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you didn't want to go to the mall and pay exorbitant amount of money. You come to Newark and you get it for a fair price. You're just probably gonna get mugged. You're probably gonna get stabbed on the train, but Oh, Diesel! Shout out to see, I was talking about him before. That's my man that be hanging on fucking buildings. Shout out to Diesel. It's my brother, man. It's my people. Three's up. You went to the third and all that. Low life, low life click. Saying Diesel be having some He-Man polo. You don't want to fuck with Diesel. Real talk. And he rap. Him and his brother got a band. Good people, man. Good people. But, yeah. That was a whole this fucking place. So, dude, if you had rims, nice car, I don't know why people do that here. You can't drive. You can't enjoy a nice car. One, because everybody fucking hates you. Dude, there are people that'll shoot you at the bodega just because you got a brand new Lexus. Like, why that motherfucker got a Lexus? Instead of you sitting there angrily talking about why someone else earned something on their own, why don't you go one of your own? Like, any motherfucker that sits around talking about somebody else, they ain't doing nothing. That's just my life experience. Every time I've watched people, yo, that motherfucker keep getting money, fuck that. When you're like, people that talk, they spend the next 15 minutes talking about my man who's not even here. But what are you doing? Because you got a lot to say about my man, but what the fuck are you doing for you instead of hating on him? You win $1 million and the motherfucker be like, fuck him. Like, just because you went to kindergarten with him or preschool, they think they know you. And somehow you don't deserve what you got, but they do. They deserve what you got. And just to not watch you have it, they'll kill you in broad daylight. They will leave you where you fucking stand. Petty motherfuckers, bro. I'm telling you. Petty motherfuckers. That's what I live. This is what I live. I live. That's why I don't care about this, about the internet. Somebody say, oh, who's this fat motherfucker? Whatever they say, one, they're helping the algorithm. So they're engaging. So that's good. And two, what can they possibly say that I'm gonna come on your mother's face? Like, what can you say is gonna hurt my dreams and fixations? Not much. And I gave wrenches to all the people in the community that I met first. And I'm sure they'll deal with anyone who's really being an asshat. I don't want anybody like disrespecting women or being racial or dummy shit, unnecessary cornball shit, weirdo shit. But if they just being negative, like, who this fat motherfucker? I didn't know Big Pun had a baby with Fat Joe. Leave him. Leave him. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I really don't. Because I got to deal with this fucking place. I went to Dunkin' Donuts. The Indian girl's like, what you want? I'm like, I thought I wanted a coffee, but I don't think I want one now. And that same day when I left, I was at the red light. I looked at the cop. He's like, what the fuck you looking at? Nothing. Apparently, nothing. Dude, everybody's carrying a bag of bricks that they've been putting in a little piece of concrete since third grade. Every fucking mental issue they got. And they carrying their bags, boy. And everybody got heavy ass bags of bricks. And they can't wait to swing it at you. They can't wait. Like, baby girl, I'm not the reason you work here. You're mad at your life for your own reasons. You work with your mother and father and uncle in this fucking Dunkin' Donuts. That ain't got. I did not make your life choices. Why am I being subjected to all this? I just wanted a coffee, like. So I'm dealing with real IRL um drama. I'm not gonna feed into drama on the internet. I just it's um it's unnecessary. I just can't do it. I don't know. I don't know. I feel weird. I feel corny. I feel like, well, I could type. I'm gonna get you and blah blah blah. And then, what am I gaining out of that? That's not tough. Real tough guys don't talk. Real tough guys just punch you in your fucking face. They don't even tell you they're gonna punch you. They just walk up to you and crack your fucking shit wide open. And I'm not that guy. That's not how I roll. I like positive energy. Even when I've been in jail, even when I go, dude, the Yankees try to fucking recruit me and I joke. I walked in, the movie's like, yo, you Puerto Rican? Yeah. Oh, well, all right. So you a manito? No, I'm neutral. I knew enough at 19. I knew enough to say that. I'm neutral. He's like, I thought you said you was. Then he got up off the bed. He's like, I thought you said you was Puerto Rican with like angry eyebrows. And once he did that, I was like, I put my bag down. I walked out of the cell backwards, and I closed the door and I knocked on the door and I opened it. I said, let's start again. You know what I'm saying? My name's ID. And the motherfucker started laughing. He's like, yo, you crazy. He's like, he was trying to recruit me, but I won't. I've never been that guy, that's gonna knuckle up. I'm a human. I get angry, but I'm not gonna be my first go to. I'm gonna try to talk it out. I'm gonna try to understand, why is it that you hate me? Why are you and your 13 people about to jump me? Like, oh, you did something to my cousin. Oh, okay, so you're just making things up to jump me. Okay, I just want to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm like that. I just want to know. I want to understand. I've always been like that. I think because I write, because I do music. I always wrote music. They be shooting. One time, Vertigo, they were shooting the car sideways, shooting up the block, and everybody ran. You know, and I'm standing there watching it like a movie. Like I'm like, and I remember Gil, shout out to Gil, Lower East Side. He ran back and he goes, ID, this is when you run. And he pulled me hard. Because the niggas are shooting. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Ta-da, ta-da. And the car was sideways. They were shooting in the middle of the block. But I just found it amazing. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see motherfuckers shoot guns in the projects on New Year's Eve, but never at each other. You know what I mean? Like, I never seen a shootout. So I was intrigued. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, he was right. That's when you run. Don't just stand around watching the shootout. Probably not good. Probably not great. But yeah, I guess I just know how to diffuse shit. Unless it's a bully who just hates me because I'm light. I've also dealt with them. Ain't nothing you could do but get beat up, robbed, and or you know problem. Just a fucking problem. Yo, one time I got robbed at gunpoint, and it was in Newport Mall. I was coming from New York, and there was about 5 guys going to New York, and I had just got my first paycheck. I was 15 years old, and I had a brand new yellow Eddie Bauer jacket. So I got robbed at gunpoint, right? And walking down this little corridor. So while they got my jacket, my keys are in my jacket. I had just moved in with my mom. So I knew it was 1 in the morning. Don't make me yell. So I said, I'm just thinking common sense. I'm like, yo, my man, you don't need my fucking keys, yo. Real talk. You already got my money and my whatever. Let me have my keys, yo, so I don't gotta wake up people. One of the motherfuckers hit me in the head with the gun. Shut the fuck up. Like you say, I guess you're not allowed to talk common sense while you're getting robbed at gunpoint. I was supposed to be cowering in my boots. But I just was making sense. Like, yo, you don't need my fucking keys, though. And then I really kept talking shit. Once I got hit with the gun, I just kept on like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, dog?" I said the same thing. I said, "I guess I'm not supposed to talk sense. You don't need my motherfucking keys." And then come on, whatever, whatever. I had to yell. I had to wake up the building to get my mother to open the door. It's bad enough I'm getting robbed, but now you're making me wake up my neighbors who just met me, and now they're gonna hate me. And I don't know. Again, I thought I was just talking common sense, but you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that in certain situations. Yeah. Bendición mommy, bendición papi. My grandparents are buried right here. Yeah, I always say, no matter who I'm driving with, if I drive by here, I'll say bendición. Which now I understand frequency and like they're back in the ether. Like those are just their meat sacks. They're really not in there anymore. Only my all right. So my all right, our souls, all that shit, right? Our frequency, our where we vibrate at, our energy. Like no energy could be destroyed. You know, you burn down a house, all the molecules of the house are in the smoke. So if we had the technology, I could literally build the house again. So when you die, the energy don't go. The meat carcass is dead. It's no longer got the life in it. But our symbiosis, whatever the fuck is called, no symbiosis together. Our sentience has to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It don't just go poof. You know what I'm saying? Mathematically, that can't happen. You know what I'm saying? No energy can ever just be destroyed. It has to be redistributed. So I would do better to just speak out loud. I'd talk to them easier. Just hey, and you know, because where they are, they're back in the ether. Which is how I got when my dad passed on my birthday this year, my biological father. I'm like, I don't need to go to Hawaii. For what? You know, like I would do better just talking into the air right here, like, you know, because he's no longer in there. Like if I went there, it would just be satiating my human need, you know, my human you know, paying respect. I was down to pay respects, but no, I was drying. I was gonna dry. Nobody could dry for me. I don't trust it. And I'm like, yo, I can't have another story where my father fucks up something in my life. You know, like I just not gonna happen. You know, I think I'll do better for him by living a good life. I'll respect him more by staying clean and achieving my new goals and my dream and being a good human. I think that's a better goodbye to him than me going to this fake funeral and acting nice to a bunch of people that don't even fucking like me. And for what? To see a body, see a corpse, to see a meat sack he's not even in anymore. Yeah, I'm not beat. But growing gave me that understanding. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I'm right. I just know what I feel. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm living like Luke. Search your feelings. Search your feelings and you know it to be true. You know, and all that shit. But yo, I really went outside today and just my shirt wide open. I'm just living. Okay, it's hot. It's pretty hot. You would think I would be in my pool, right? I haven't swum in my pool yet. I Dude, the first 2 months I lived in the house, I felt like I was sleeping over somebody else's house. Like it didn't even feel like mine. Jackie just told me she felt like that about the pool. Like she feels like, you know, I'm like, bitch, I felt like that months ago. I felt like, you know, like I was sleeping over in my friend's house in Aspen, you know, or the Poconos. So like, you know, I felt fancy. Like, you know, it definitely didn't feel like my own home. But once I harvested the hella jelly and made butter for the first time, um, yeah, it started to feel like home. This is Marion Projects, where the rapper Albie Al is from. It's hard to see. It's a bunch of buildings, but it's back there. It's back there. It's called Marion. It's not the worst projects, but it's definitely not the weakest. I would say my projects is the weakest, but not it's not. Um Hudson Gardens is the weakest. But Hudson Gardens only got old people. It's not an old people home. It's just predominantly older people. Like, you know, they ain't nobody ringing bell. They ain't hustling no drugs there. My project, Holland Gardens, is known for crack, for cocaine since I was born. In the 70s, people knew, whatever they did in the 70s that involved cocaine, ether, and all that shit, like freebase, they knew to get it at 16th Street. Like, you know, that's what my projects is known for. Okay. Cocaine, cook up. But we're also known for not really fighting. Like motherfuckers could come through 16 and just open shop and start selling drugs. And there might be two people that, you know, try to stop them, but most motherfuckers won't. You know, most motherfuckers down there ain't built like that. Sorry. Sorry. Punch me in my face next time you see me if you feel different. But, you know, I'm just calling it like I see it. Shit, I heard now they got Bloods in there. They don't live there. They not from 16, but they set up shop like it's their motherfucking factory. I hear nobody kicking them out. Like, but they're gonna get mad at me because I'm saying that they punk ass bitches. I'm including myself in that. I'm not gonna kick them out either because I don't even live there. But whatever. I don't know. Second to last, that would be my project. But Marion, I say all that to say, like everything else, it's always a lot of twists and turns to get to the end of my fucking ramblings. They are like in crime, like bad place, pretty high, pretty up there. Curry Woods is number one, and then I would put Duncan and Marion together. Booker T, Lafayette, they all about equal. They're all about as bad as each other. And 16th Street is as bad. People get murdered. Shit, I watched my friend's father get stabbed to death when I was 7 years old on the basketball court. People die. It's so it's just not, Curry Woods. Martin Scorsese ain't making no movies about Highland Gardens. He ain't making no movies about my project. He making movies about Curry Woods. You know what I mean? The Woods. Maldito que sea. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh. Saturday we stop feeding, and then I'm gonna start flushing for 7 to 10 days until we get some clear. 3 days of clear in a row. That's the way I do it. The first 2 days they're gonna be brown sludge. I just use the RO water and I put about 50 milliliters for every 6 gallons of the flawless finish. It has some type of chemical that binds to all the salts and it takes it out. It'll come out dark brown for 2 days. Then it comes out purple for like 2 days. It'll come out light pink for another couple of days. And by day 7, it'll be clear. I always do 3 more days of clear and then I chop it down. And boy, this stuff has tasted phenomenal. The bee's fucking knees, bro. Even the daydreamer that I seeded, is a a sweet, flowery pine, like mentholy, like a Newport almost. But it's a sweet candy, not sweet fruity. They say flowery in their description, but I think it's more like fruit cup, fruity. But I'm not a ganjier, so don't hold me to it. I just know what I taste. And it's seeded marijuana. Like you have to take the seeds out to taste it that well. But I was smoking weed in '93. I used to smoke brick weed with seeds all the time. That shit didn't taste like that. You know what I mean? So I can't wait to taste it in full form because I got a daydreamer. There ain't no seeds in that bitch. So I'm very much looking forward to it. They look really, really great. We got the Canatrol to dial in the dry and the cure. I hear that it kills the terpenes if you do the 4 and the 4, but I want to do the 4 and the 4 just so I could compare it to later when I do a 14-day dry and cure and the longer cycles. I'm always trying to experiment. I'm always fucking around. That's why I'm butt chugging those clones that I cut. I haven't been feeding them. I've only been butt chugging them the overrun of the other cups, and they're fucking fine. I dare even say they look better than the ones that I'm actually feeding. So I don't know what I'm learning from that, but I'm learning something. I'm learning that you don't got to be so hovering on them. They act more finicky when I try to do shit more perfect. When I'm like rough and kind of like, I don't know, just simple, I don't know. I can't explain it. When I leave them the fuck alone, they do fine. The less I fuck with them, the more they just chill. They just do their thing. So I'm trying to learn not to hover. But I got what 32-day-old clones out of the clone dome for about 33 days. They're in 5 gallon pots now. The minute I harvest and that tent is empty and I can wipe it all down and do my little ritual to make it brand new again, I got flowers ready to flip. I got 6 plants ready to fucking go. They they're in week 5. of veg out of the clone dog. Um, and those regular seeds, the ones that are 23 days old or whatever they are, those stocks are thick as hell. I've never seen stocks that thick unless I did it from a clone, where it was already a branch when I cut it, and then it gets like thicker and harder. These motherfuckers are already like that, and they were brand new from seed. They're only 23 days old. They're the Sun Seeker. That is a Paradise Punch crossed with Oreos. Unreleased. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they were tester seeds. Tester. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know. I didn't know I had exclusive shit from Huckleberry Hill. Fuck did I know? That's why I sent TAC four of them. I'm hoping that he does a seed increase, and then when I make 1,000, flood the fucking community with some Huckleberry Hill and Ridgeline Farms. Cause I sent him Lance F2s as well to upseed. You know, um, I just wanna. I know that not everybody's gonna spend $150 on a pack, but I know you motherfuckers will take it if it's free. You know what I'm saying? And I like Huckleberry Hill Farms and Ridgeline Farms. I like their flower. I like what they represent. The growers themselves, the breeders. I have a lot of respect for Jason Gelman and Johnny Casali. You know, he took a hit for the team. He could have ratted out motherfucker. He could have came home, but he didn't. He stood on 10 toes, stood on his business, man. You know, I don't know. I commend him for that. And I just want to grow his flowers well. I've had such a great experience growing the Paradise Surprise. Even the Daydreamer that I seeded it was a learning experience. I know not to grab a pod now and squeeze it over a fucking plant. I know you don't do that, Adi. Don't do that. Ooh, what's this? Boop. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, it's gonna be great. Regular seed. Wow. I'm not, and if I get boys, we ain't collecting the pollen. I'm not doing that yet. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for all that. And I got pollen anyway. We got pollen from THC. I got it in the fridge in the same pack with the little silica thing in it sealed. I put that in a mason jar and I got it in the crisper in the fridge that never gets opened. It's the fridge in the garage. So it should be good for like 6 months or whatever, whatever, a year maybe. I don't know. But I didn't want to put it in the freezer because I didn't want to defrost it wrong and then they won't be viable anymore. Like I was scared that I wouldn't be able to defrost them correctly. So, I just put them in the refrigerator. I gotta buy some medicine from my better half. She's in a little pain, so I'm gonna go on CVS. I'm gonna punch out. I'm not gonna take you guys with me from CVS. Pay attention to what I'm doing. But I'll just sit here and talk shit. Finish my cigarette. Yeah, man. So it's been a cool stream, man. Shout out to y'all who rolling with me. We saw some graffiti. We drove through Newark, Jersey City, my stomping ground, and now I'm back in Mayberry. Weird. Mm. Not really weird. It's just quiet. I have to sleep with the TV on because I'm just not used to so much quiet. Not like there's gunshots and fucking sirens outside my window every day, but it's noise. It's like you hear the motherfuckers drinking, sitting on the steps, and you hear, yo, call out, a car driving by, doom, 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 but just life. What I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. I hear crickets and shit. I hear like the bugs in where I live now. It's just different. So I sleep. I put fucking TV on to go to sleep because I have to. The only way I can fall asleep. Wow, it's 3 o'clock already. I gotta feed the girls. I know I should have fed them in the morning. I'll feed them in the morning tomorrow. But today they're gonna have to sleep. They're gonna have to go to sleep full. I fed them like that last night too. They'll be all right. They usually get fed like that. I usually feed them at the end of the day because that's just the way I was doing it. But now I've been trying to feed them 2 hours after they wake up because I read somewhere that that's when they're primed to eat. You know, 2 hours after they wake up, their root systems are like ready to take in food.
So I've been aerating the water overnight, uh, so that I'm giving them oxygenated water right when they're ready to eat. They seem to have responded well to it. And the ppm meter, like not giving them heavy water, keeping it at like 1,000 ppms or whatever. Um, yeah, they look like they're blessing me with some golf ball sized, plum sized nuggets. There's one cola site that's like the size of an apple, but I think they're wasting a lot of energy with that underbrush. Next time we're gonna make it all naked. I want to see how fat the nuggets get on top. I would like to see. And yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm very much looking forward to. I'm looking forward to harvest, man. I've been feeding them every day 10.5 gallons of water, which I think they could take more, but they're sharing about 10 gallons of water every day, and they're pretty thick. And that's why we got 5 fans in there blaring. I don't want no dead spots. I don't want to lose this. It was a 4 month veg on those 3 gallons, and they were nitrogen burned, and I got them back to green, supple leaves that are even praying. Some of them, yeah, I don't want to lose it to no botrytis or some dumb shit. So we got a fucking typhoon in there just to mitigate that potential problem that could arise from you know I guess moisture kind of goes around the big cola, and if you don't break that moisture pocket that's surrounding it, you know 65-70% humidity for like 2 3 4 hours in a row, that bitch gonna start rotting from the inside out. So as long as you could break that pocket of air that's accumulating around it, it don't let that persist. So that's why you got the oscillating fans. But I got two at the lollipops coming up through. I got one on top that doesn't oscillate, and I got across from it the one that oscillates. So at least every leaf is dancing. And I got a fifth fan at the bottom of the canopy coming up through it. So, doing my best. It does look great though. They look fucking awesome. Mostly all the 1 gallons is to wash, but I'm gonna keep one. I'm gonna keep one of the Dawn Patrol because I want to taste it. It looks so good. And we're gonna taste it in the hash, of course, but let's see what the flower does. I'm gonna keep the one that I call Clarice because she's all purple. She's expressing super purple, the leaves and stuff. So I'm like, okay, we'll keep that one to smoke, and yeah, it's gonna be dope. We got three flavors: Hella Jelly, Daydreamer, and Dawn Patrol. It's gonna be great. Candy Gas, flowery, sweet flower fruit pine, and the Dawn Patrol is the sweet fruit with a gas twist on it. It's just I can see why they wash it. Plus, it's like a 6% washer, high sixes supposedly. But yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be dope. And then we got clones ready to flip. 4 Dawn Patrols, 2 Daydreamer. But they're not that different from each other. I just did 3 of them, 3 sets of clones. Right now, 3 different strains. I think I could do 2. It'll be fine. But now it'll be less plants that I'm gonna try to still fill out the 5x5 with, and I'm gonna do a heavy defoliation before the flip. That way, I don't have to worry about reaching in there and getting more leaves or whatever. Yeah. Let me get this popping for Jay. Mm. Yeah, I definitely been talking shit. That coffee's cold as hell. Wow. All right. I feel bad punching out, but I gotta punch out. You know what I'm saying? I'll check back in when I get to the house. Um, if anybody's up, I'll just go on your show and stuff. And I will sincerely, talk to you guys later. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. And peace and love, man. Hasta luego.